Let's get back to work. Let me get the laptop set up and we'll get started. Back onto the roads. Dave Bug, how you doing? Good morning, buddy. Get back onto this road. I didn't do much to it. I got that in pretty good. I noticed yesterday's feed, when I ended yesterday's feed, everybody was coming in later. Steve came in and JC came in later. But this is looking good. I'm happy. Happy the way it's coming so far. And right now, the only thing I have used on it is the airbrush and a little bit of the racing. So, here we go. Let's try to get this back part going of this part of the rose. You can't see it on the camera. Let me fix that. We'll fix that up like that. That'd be. Nope. I have to have it in a little bit more. Now tilt it up. Right about like that. Try to give you guys the best view as possible. Said it was a private video. Huh. I don't have them as private. I do have them as not for kids. That's what I have on there, not for kids rated, because I don't know right now. All right, now I'll get back to it. Now you can see this is where we're going after this part of the rose. I'm starting to work. I'm trying to work from the inside, outside in on the rose. And I have not used the stencil as much. I want to try to, here lately, I'm trying to do much freehand as possible because that's one thing I need to practice on. And I'm using the Evolution CR Plus. I'm loving this gun. It ain't did me wrong yet. It's the gun's been shooting good. My head's gonna keep on hitting this a little bit. Try to see how my head does on this camera wise. I need to get in here. Light's too much for me right there. See, I do have pencil lines in there, but it's so faded. I wanted it that way. Yep. Looks like we're going to use the stencil a little bit to start off with. That'll be good. That's one thing about the light, the reflection. I'm gonna get my airbrush done one day and get it done in black so I don't have the reflection from the light. Oh, yeah, I was thinking, I like to do gold leaf one time. I was thinking about Dwayne, good morning to you, buddy. Glad you can make it. Yeah, I haven't did gold leaf. I've been thinking about trying to do gold leaf one time. But yeah, that'd be cool. Cool, Dave. I'm glad you did it. And you said you done it before? I need to get if I do it, I gotta get all the stuff to do gold leaf. I gotta shake the gun up. Trying to watch this as I go over. But I still gotta try to get as close as possible for now, and then I'll come in with the paintbrush and the eraser. Since I'm so new at trying to do everything freehand, I'm scared of the splatter out. Even though I got the paint mixed up really good, I think I do good with the mixture of the. And I put the paint in the gun and mix it up that way with the 4021 and the 4050 in with the paint color itself. But you have to get that right mixture. And that 4050 has been, even though I'm messing with the illustration in that, this is the part that helps you out the most when you're doing freehand. That 4050 helps you out. It doesn't, it's not really super thin, but I still hesitate till I can get control, feel like I got good control of the paint coming out of it. Ouch. Okay, at least you're still going at it, Dave. Dwayne, so what are you working on, Dwayne? Doing any big murals lately? I know you get a lot of that request. I'm still trying to follow this over here. My head bent in the way, guys. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, Dave. If you're from what you did messing around, now you try to get into it really good, and that's going to help out in the long run. The more you mess around with stuff like you're doing, and that helps you out, uh, keeps you busy, and you get a feel of it. And that's what we always need is a feel of the things that we would like to do and accomplish. Because the only way we get better is by just messing around with it. To me, this is what I'm doing right now. Is even though I'm doing this flower freehand and everything, I can. I mean, I have the stencil right here to hold it up, but I need the more the practice of doing freehand because eventually you wanna. I want to be able to set this off to the side where I don't need it anymore. I could just go ahead and do everything in after I pencil everything. You haven't done no murals yet this year? I noticed you did say yet. See, I should use it to stay away from this one part of the flower. The one bud of the flower, that's what it is. That keeps that bud of the flower separate from that. So that's that part. So you can see it's that part right there. Now I kind of want to watch what I'm doing down. I want to try to get this to make that darker, so I'll try to cover that up as much as possible to keep that darker. So it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter as much of the. Let's do it this way. Keep it. A little bit darker. There. There. Now I want to hit just the tip of that. There. Just like a little bit there. Dan, how you doing, Dan? Good morning to you. Or afternoon. Glad you came on by. I know you can't stay long. That's good. That's all right. At least you came on by. I'm happy to see you. Um, on an aluminum panel. That's cool. I have some little panels that I have. Uh, see, Dwayne, I have this is a metal panel, but I do have the aluminum panels this way. This one I use like on the back of the clay board. I tape it to the back of the clay board to give my magnet something to stick to. But I keep, but I do have in an aluminum also. I got a bunch of them. Alright, that's that. I did break the eraser out for. I want to keep. I'll try to. If you do the eraser at the same time you're doing the paint and that, it helps you establish the line that you have on there. So when I do this, I can see where it's going to be, where I want my, kind of see my line on here. So when I do the paintbrush work, at least I have it on here. It's like right in here where I just did that little area. This is where I want the paintbrush to hit there. So I just doing it a little bit, not too much I'm taking off, but it's going to be when I do grab the paintbrush, it's going to be a white. So that way I have it there. And then I look at this and it's like you can see where it's lighter there than you do have that line. So I'll keep that line, keep the line going there by just erasing it ever so much, and it gives you a line. But now I lighten that up by just barely touching. I mean, I'm letting the eraser do the work. I mean, it's like just kissing it. The eraser's doing the work. Same thing in here with that little area. Let the eraser do the work. It'll give me that shape that I want. So there you go. Now, like this part there, I want how to do that. Yeah, that's to this. So I really want this area here, like, where am I at? There. I want this area here a little darker, so it's a little darker in there. So I'll just take this purple violet and I'll just I can grab the these are like different stencils that I have. We could grab this one and we'll shoot off of there. Come from the top on down and around. Just shoot off of there. Get this as close as possible. There. So that darkens that area up a little bit. Now just come in. Shake my gun up. Alright. So I'm trying to make it that way. Let's go here. Barely kissing it with this eraser now. Let's do. Now we'll come up here and do this part a little bit. We'll dust that up right there. There. Now it's like it broke up into two sections. You could almost see it there. So we'll do. It's not as dark, but it's there. Be a little bit there like that. Grab my eraser and keep that broke up a little bit. It's ever so slightly, but we're gonna now we'll come around. This one needs a little. This area here needs just a little kiss right there from the paint gun. But it still seems, hey, that's all right there like that. I need a little kiss right here. Yeah, I've got a little kiss right there, so do the same thing. Sometimes that makes up the painting in that. So now I'll just try to dust this. Now we'll try to dust it all to get the same effect in a way. There. So that's kind of the same effect. If I want it, if I come out with the like even though I'm using the violet, if I come out later on and I have a, a black really light, I could that's all I could change that to a darker. I could darken it up with the black later on or a gray, dark gray. Thank you, Dave, for coming on by. It's always great to have you here on the channel. JC, you made it here on time today. You and Steve Leahy yesterday came in late. I'm glad you're here today. Nah, Tweety Bird is not going to be on there. Tweety Bird is. I'll show you. Oh, I can get that out. Ugh. Now I painted up a bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and clear coat it, and then everybody could when the people I give it out to, they could keep it on the dash of their car, and instead of flipping the people your middle finger or whatever, you could just flip them the bird this way. So that's all that mainly for is people have it in their car and flip them the bird this way. That's all it's going to be done on it, except for the back of it. I'll sign my name, put my YouTube channel on there. Now I'll even keep one for myself. That's all it's mainly for. That's a thought, though. Alright, I did that area really dark, so I want to do this really light in a way, about the same lightness up what's up top. So grab my stencil, we'll do the bottom section. A little dark there. JC, were you the one that you watched Ryan Townsend? You used to go on his channel a lot. I like that man a lot. Yes, I thought it was Joe. I like him a lot. I I watch his videos over and over and over and over. So talented and that. I like some of the stuff he's sharing. I'm going to go see him one day. I will see him in person. Big inspiration to me. Because my sister lives down in Florida. She said or she doesn't live there now. In the summertime, she lives there. She said it's like 3 miles away from where she's at. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll drive that far. From from here in Maryland to there, it's like 8 hours, I think. All right, so we're trying to do this part of the rose. I'm trying to get in here a little bit more. So I'm trying to do underneath of this. Yeah, that was something else where he did that. I mean, like I said, doing 6 hour videos and stuff like that, that's what sometimes we like to have to where even if he did it for 6 hours, we could break that video up and watch it the way we want. Bobby, how you doing, buddy? Good afternoon to you. All right, so this is just a little kiss of that right there. So now I'll take the eraser, just tap it a little bit. Gives it that, leave that spot like that. And then, like I said, I have this going there. So it's that right there. So hit it this way. Now I'll hit it this way. Just I want that dusting of it. Now I need to do another little loop up in here. Need to shake up my paint gun. Flush it back. There we go. I always flush my paint around. Like Dread FX says, always have a test paper there where you could check your gun out, see if you're shooting good. I'll still come back over some of the white and that here, but just want to get a little bit of the color in there. Hopefully I don't have to come back to this color later on. I got overspray up top. Keep come back and forth with it. So now you see like how don't, can you really tell on there? It'll be other parts down here. I want this, like I said, I come in with the gray later. This way it's in there. Um, I want this to go right here. And like that. Just a little touch right there. It keeps that area, that white. Look good there. Let's do a little bit down the bottom part. It keeps, it's got a nice little shadow there. And I need it to come up to right here a little bit. Where am I at? Yeah. Okay. there, but I went too much here. I didn't want to. There we go. That's good. So that's this part of the flower. The rose. A rose is a rose. Alright, I still need to mess around in this area a little bit. I need to darken this one up right in that area there. That I might be able to use. Could almost use that. I like that part. I wonder if I could do that. We'll do it this way. That. Let's grab this like this and like that. 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 That's that. That's inside this area. Can you guys see that stuff where I'm hitting that? Yeah. It's like a little darker in that area. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, Steve Leahy, he was on there. I know he was on there. Yeah, he had a couple. He had a lot of people watching him. All right, so I was doing this area. I need this to be dusted too. And then I need to go darker in that area. Ah, that didn't help blend it out more. That didn't work out. As I said, some of these areas I'm going to come back in with the black a little or gray or black. This area gets darker. It's right there, and yeah, that'll work. See if I can lighten it a lot. Nope, not that eraser, this eraser. So what's Bobby working on? Are you working on anything, Bobby? I hope so. Getting yourself all prepared to work on something. That's kind of a different. When you do a racing like this way that I'm doing it, it's kind of paintbrush work in a way. All right. So that was that area. Comes out to there. Now we need to this one. This right here is this flower. Now what I'm doing there. Hold up. I'm wrong. There's so many different ones. This one here is this. So this is this right here. And then this one is that right there. So it's like you gotta watch yourself. You keep going different buds in that. I don't mind this. I don't mind this trigger at all, JC. Kind of it kind of seemed like a normal airbrush in a way. I guess that's the way my fingers go over my finger go over it, and that it kind of feels all right to me. It doesn't bother my fingers at all because I kind of lay my finger off to the side in a way, so none of the triggers ever bother me that much. If only way it bothers me if I'm doing it for a long time. Yeah, I don't really have that much. It's just a matter of any tool that you work with, and like when you out in the field or working and that, any tool is going to give you a problem. It's just mind over matter. If you don't have no mind, it matters. But don't have, if you have a mind, it doesn't matter. Mind over matter. That was a thing somebody told me that a long time ago. Mind over matter. If you don't have a mind, it doesn't matter. I said, well, that's true. It works for me then. And Xfinity, you had to do that. I mean, you can. It's so easy to fix these. I mean, no matter if you want to feel more comfortable, you just wrap some tape around it. And I mean, plumbers tape and that, just wrap it around, put it on there, and your finger will be all right. Steve, Steve does the sandpaper wise on his. I mean, that's want to feel comfortable even. I do have the that rubber, that green rubber piece to put on there if I wanted to, but it feels all right to me. Like I said, it's a matter of getting used to all our tools, no matter what you had. For the longest time, I couldn't do this and this at the same time, but now I pick it up some every now and then to do it. But I'm trying to get away from doing the stencil and the airbrush. I want to be able to pick up the airbrush and be able to do the lines like Ryan Townsend said. So sometimes you just need to get away from the deal with that because you ain't going to have it all the time. Well, that was Dwayne that said that. Yeah, it's sometimes you have to modify your stuff. Only real thing that I think that they could do with airbrush and that would help out the community, all of us. I mean, sometimes I cut my fingernails really short and it's hard to pull the cap off of there. Why don't they have a cap that just screws on there? Because if it screws on there, it's not going to hurt anything, and plus it'll stop the paint from spilling out on the edge sometimes, or your cap coming off of there. So why not have a cap? And I mean, you can put the threads on the outside and still have a cap on there. Why don't they come out with it that way? I mean, because it'd be easier to put your cap on there on and off just by screwing it on there. I mean, I know sometimes people leave their paint in the gun and it gets all tight, but you're cleaning your cap off anyway. If you screw it on there, you're still cleaning it off no matter what. Why not have the cap screw on there? I think it's easier for your working wise and everything. And it doesn't matter if you if it gets locked in there so tight that you have to grab a wrench and untighten it. It doesn't hurt anything. And if you want, you design the cap to where a number 10 wrench that you can steal from somebody's toolbox and do it. Because nobody has a number 10 wrench. Or the eighth inch. Go get a soda, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Had to get me another drink. All right. What we got? What I miss? H&S. Yep, JC, you're right about that. But I mean, if you started thing with the way you guys modify it and that, and these guys should be watching channels like Steve Leahy, Scott, and that. Those guys who do make the airbrushes and everything like that should be more involved in watching people doing their airbrush and that, using airbrushes and that. More of them. That way they hear the feedback, especially the people who design the airbrush and stuff like that. You would get a lot more. You would get a lot more. You would know a lot more about the community and that. I mean, that like YouTube has a lot of stuff on it. The people doing airbrushing and stuff like that, they would learn a lot more. I mean, by just going to people's channels and that. Had the way that's all. I did the who was it? The Drew Blair. I did the soft spring on the one, and that airbrush works really good. And I did the lower trigger, and that worked good too. But I mean, it's, sometimes you can take some of the stuff that they have and use it. And now I got a bag set up with all parts from airbrushes and that, so I can switch them out. And I got another bag set up for a box set up with my guns that work. And I mean, I took some really cheap guns, bought some really cheap ones there at the beginning, and you can use them parts off of them. And for a washer kit, I bought a plumber's washer kit. A plumber, I mean, a plumber's washer kit, and it comes down to where the washers are so small that they would fit. They have some of them are too small for the airbrush, but some of them are just right for the airbrush. So a plumber's washer kit can work on the airbrush. And plus, that kit came with screens and that too, because in the faucets and that had screens in it, so you can use that to thin your paint down. And guys, I have this. You guys ain't gonna believe it. I have this kit, and if you forget where you left off and you want a special note in that, it's a thing, it's a post-it thing, and it has where you could take these arrows out and write stuff on and then stick it to what you want or on your airbrush and stuff like that. Couple different things that I have. When I do my wet sanding and buffing on stuff like that, I have my own personal bottle for doing the for doing the wet sanding and that. So a couple different. It's pretty neat. This bottle sprays a couple different ways, so I use it to. Well, that it's just water. when I do the wet sanding and buffing and that on the paintings. I come across some so many different things. That's not even funny. The gloves that I like, Steve Leahy does the things with the glove and that, cut the finger out. And I found these gloves and I had garden gloves. I cut the finger out. They work pretty good too. All right, get back on this. This area here seems like it should be a little darker. I may darken that up just a tad. I want to darken this little tip right here just a tad. It's right there. And I should darken that up going on the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is I have all kinds of different. I use the Post-it a lot, and so I got like all kinds of different sizes of the Post-it. So I'm gonna put that there, right in that corner. I want to darken that up just a tad. Make sure your gun's shooting good. So I wanted that to go up a little bit. Now I'll just there. It's got to curve down a little bit. Needs to curve down a little bit, so we'll do. We'll let it curve down just a tad. Come across. That's that sweet spot right there. I gotta come in with the paintbrush later. We'll clean it up a little bit better. It's right in that area. Like I said, later on, I gotta come in and darken everything up a little bit more. I'm liking the way it's coming out. I'm just messing with the, right now, just messing with the one airbrush for now. And the one color. Foxy Studio, soft spring from there. Okay, I have to check that out. Ah, probably got, now I got to pay big money for shipping from across there. Probably. Yeah, I got the HP. Awada is a great gun. I don't have no complaints about any of the guns. Uh, I have figured out. I mean, I wish I would have took everybody's advice at the beginning, where they say get a gun and just stick with that gun, like any tool that you have. Just you got to stick with it. That ain't the gun. It's not any of the guns that make you better. It's the way you mix the paint that makes you better. You got to get that part down the most, is the way you mix up your paint. Get used to that and just one gun and just go with it. Keep doing it over and over the way you mix paint and all that, and you'll be better in the long run. Yeah, had the I had from what was it Master something Master airbrush, and it was a 270, and that gun was shooting dynamite. But I can't remember what I did with that gun, but I loved that gun at the beginning, and it was a real cheap gun, but it did the job that I needed it to. A sweet gun. Everybody had the, yeah, everybody had the 771. That was a nice gun too. I never got that one. I had the 270 JC. Yeah, time you add all of it up, and still, I mean, that's it. All right, where am I at? There. All right, that's that. That's that part. Yeah, I want to do this part here. Sometimes you got to mark your paper where you're at. Oh, and how okay, I come here to there and I see where I'm at. So the post where I'm at, to keep a mark on it, just go ahead and do this. For that, I know I'm on that right there. That way it keeps me in control, shows me where I'm at all times when I look over at this to do it up. So we'll go ahead and do this here, and I'll run my lines. Instead of holding this, I'll do this. So you guys, sometimes everybody wants to set, they can't do this, hold it and spray it at the same time. Go ahead, take it. Let me grab the other one. I'll grab this big one. It'll give me a lot more to play with. Plus, it'll keep it away from everything. If I do it this way, do it like, it almost do it like that. Keep it in that corner in a way. So just take one of your magnets. It only works if you have this the Visionaire board. I'll tell you what, guys, the Visionaire board, this Visionaire board, if you have it, good. If you don't have it, you should get one. Then get all the magnets that you can. But this helps you out too if you want to, like I said, you want to do that. See, what I'm trying to do is get the lines going. Now I gotta find out where my lines are at. Take the magnets off. Make sure I'm still lined up really good. I'm still lined up pretty good. I think I might work like that. See where I'm at there. I'm basically at the same spot that I need to be. So now I'll come up here. Do it again, set it up. Line it up. Take a couple magnets this way. Epoxy Studio. I'll have to check that out. I definitely have to check that out, Dwayne. And JC. I don't know. I might have her on my thing. I don't. Ah, that didn't shoot out too good. All right, let's try this again. Gotta go faster. Do I need to go out further in certain areas? Um, let's go down this area. Right about here. There you go. That should be good that way. Yeah, before I retired from work and that, I grabbed a lot of stuff. I started buying all kinds of stuff for the painting wise and that. So that's what helped me out. I was, I knew I wanted to get into this, and I knew I was getting ready to come up on retirement and everything like that. So I said, I started grabbing everything. Had a guy there at work that he he was doing it and that, and I told him, I said, buy me the paint gun that you think, and I'll pay you. And he never did do it, so I ended up doing it myself. So happy in a way that he didn't do it, and that I got to do it myself. I'm gonna. All right, I'm looking at this here. So I didn't really need to do this right there. take that out. That's going to stay like that. Alright. So now I could do just a tight line there. We're going to do a tight line. I'm going to cover that one up. Really need to make that tight line come all the way around, but we'll do a little bit at a time. Let's start with this a little bit. There. I'm surprised a lot of girls ain't came in on this one and watched me do this. You would think this would be something what the girls would love to watch, see it done. Oh well. Guess being a nice day, they want to get out and do the garden and that. So that is this part here that I just did. We didn't need that much right there. So we'll lighten this area up. Like I said, I'll come back in later on and we'll do some white. But you never know, there might be some girls in the background. I ain't gonna say nothing. Ladies, I should say, young ladies. Ladies watching it later on. Alright, so that's part of that. And like I said, I want to come in and hit the eraser on a couple of the spots right there. That's turned out good. I like it. Takes a while to get it all going. Alright, so now we need to do this part up with some of the stuff. And the, now I'll grab the stencil and do the Same thing as I did them. We'll do that up here. Magnet on there. That there. That there. So we're working on this one. We can move this up. That way I won't get lost. Really, yeah. Let's make sure I know where I'm at. I'm on this piece. It doesn't matter of building it up until you get to the middle there, and then I'm really got a lot there. Keep working your way into it. Some people that this will be done really quick, but not me. It seems like it takes me forever to do something, but I want to have it as best as I can get it. All right. So I try to watch how I'm getting the lines and everything, and where I started the lines. The only thing I don't like is sometimes I don't like how close these magnets are. Put another one. Yeah, I missed that. Alright, where am I at? Right there. So we'll start here. There. get there. Darken this corner up a little bit. Put my finger there. Good enough. Not bad, not bad at all. I don't like a line there, so we'll fix that out. Get the softer eraser. It. Let's grab this and go like this. That's that area. Have to let that dry up a little bit before I grab the eraser. This line here, bugging me seeing that. Went a little too deep with the eraser there. Fix it up. That's pretty cool there. Take that off of there. Okay, where am I at? Okay, that is that right there. It's right in there. So we're good there. Kind of good there. Now come down to this area. With it. I need to do this part up a little bit and that. Okay, let's see how long I've been on here. Have I been on here too long, guys? Oh man, we're right there at the 2 hour mark. I like keeping it at the 2 hour mark. Uh, we're right there. I thank you all for coming on by. I much appreciate it. I got an hour and 59 minutes and 10 seconds or 19 seconds. So, yeah, I like being at the 2 hour mark. You guys been awesome. Glad you all came on by. Uh, please hit that like and subscribe to all of you who watch this video later on and that. Uh, I'm going to keep on working on it today. Um, yeah, I'll keep on working on it today and then we'll show you some updates or whatever. Uh, it's fun. It's challenging for me because I'm trying to go. I'm trying to do more of freehand. Trying to do as much as I can of the freehand and that, and it's been fun. It's a nice looking flower. I'll probably end up doing another one right after it, but the other one I do right after this flower rose is going to have more of the. I'm going to use gold metallic paint on that one. So that one's going to look pretty good too. But like I say, thank you guys for coming by. And you guys that's watching this later on, like I said, hit that like and subscribe. And you'll get to see much more different things on here. I, I don't stop at just painting a certain kind. I do all kinds of paintings. And that's, like I said, it's help this channel grow. I need some help, people. All right. Hit that like and subscribe. All right. And you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys the next time. Bye.